Greetings and welcome to my dear Capricorn. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Tarot of the Twin Sun is a functional working division within the Order of the Twin Sun. I welcome you to the channel. Please clear your mind and note that this is the gateway into the 10th house, the externalized visions of that in which we might feel acclimated to in terms of celestial influence is penetrated through the 10th house here, okay? So the external way in which we step out into the world, how we produce something, how we work within the means of production and have a sense of grounding in the other and in the way things are dissolved and how philosophy is stratified to create the vision of 10th house ideals. Okay, that is the through the limitation and through the duration of stamina of Saturn. So we bring forth the energies of Saturn in order to guide us, to structure us, and to show us the skeletal remains of what has been at the end of 2020 for the energy of Capricorn. And we bring forth also the age of Aquarius in terms of the energies of Uranus, what shifts. Today we will be doing a 9-card spread with clarifiers, and this is a great mirror reading. The great mirror is a tool devised in order to see the energies of you and possibly a significant other, the energies of Capricorn and a significant other. The significant other can be anyone. It doesn't have to resonate with you, but if it does, please take what you will with cadence and grace. I do appreciate you tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe if you will. And thank you. We shall begin. I see an element of decisiveness here, making a decision and moving forward, making a choice to move forward. Also, the ability to give someone something, someone that's been wanting to take from you in some sort of way. This symbolizes a rebirth of the heart, as well as a rebirth of the fire that exists between you and a significant other. There has been a great period of isolation, or perhaps like replication and hard work, needing to continue on with crafting something, with making something, but in doing so, the making has been has had a signature of the artificial quality of means, of like really trying to look into the way things have been and the way things should be, and really trying to get to a place of stasis, a place of stillness, a place of poise. But now the energy is shifting. There's something about the need to to find a sense of the seventh house, okay? This is an activation here, a lot of sevens as well. There's a type of spark plug within the machine that is informing this reading. One that has to do with fears and finding a way through patience to convert these fears into something else. Really letting loose anything that's been holding you back. There's something about the energy of Mars here that I would say with its incoming into Taurus, there is a trine, a triplicity, a way of helping you in terms of the energy of Mars and Taurus to really become steady with something, to become fixated and driven. And this is the turn of the year, not the astrological year, but the calendar year. Saturnalia is big right now, which has its roots in pagan tradition, but in these roots there is an homage to essentially the energies of Saturn, the energies of sacrifice, the energies of hard work and limitation within that which holds us, that which pulls us into a certain way. It is the gateway, the very cross that bears the energy of Aquarius. Okay. Now, currently, on a conscious level, there has a lot to do with your seventh house, but also the emotional ways in which you can ground and perhaps create memories or understand emotional differences between you and this person. There is a sense of devotion and a sense that you can bring them fire in some sort of way, and in this you find victory. There is a type of decisiveness that stems from past indecision. When this is a type of rebirth, you're giving this person a gift, okay? And this helps them big time if they're especially going through a mode of isolation as you have been. There also is a type of message. A message that comes from the desire to relay emotional content through something that can be seen through, something that can be made into an amplification device, something that can be channeled in some sort of way. And there's a great deal of channeling here, especially the elements of fire and earth, as well as a bit of water imbued with that earth. So there could also be a type of muddiness that comes with the very contraption or the very device that you are creating in an esoteric way. But this brings you into a sense of presence, into a sense of being known, into a sense of understanding how you can impart through devotion, through the acts of good health and good meaning, of method, okay? There's a romantic tinge here that has to do with possibly the re-amplification or the restarting through the spark plug of the machine that works here. The fires that exist between you and this person, okay? But they're at a very passive stance for some reason. We're going to discern a bit more on the conscious realm, what is going on using the Tarot of Forbidden Dreams. This deck, I believe, is from Switzerland. Kind of a naughty deck, but here we go. Beautiful. That is what we needed. Okay, this has to do with joy and partaking in a bit more of the... Oh, interesting. This has to do with joy combined with hard work and some sort of deep and lasting memory, something that came in passing. Mm. Once again, the energies here are indicative of your seventh house, also the energies of Cancer and Pisces emerging through this. So the energy of the moon. The moon is strong here. There could be some sense of loyalty that you have for this person that is challenged by the amount of work that you have to do towards this person or significant other. This could also be a job thing, something about your career, if it is. There still needs to be a great deal of detail when it comes to the very fortification of your projects, as well as balancing out various and multiple options that revolve around the foundational aspects of projects, really developing the cornerstone and amplifying it or reifying it in ways to define the very edginess of the project, okay? The edginess, and really trying to find in method what you can find with others, okay? How you can share with others in terms of the vision that can be instilled in a very deep way, okay? Working hard at this and then coming up with a way to envision one of two things, either a way to see the new beginning or to really make the choice between two invariant options. Okay? Could be two different people or two different commitments of sorts or two different types of commitments. Or possibly the ability to find some sort of idealized commitment when it comes to structures that be in society or within, excuse me, familiar structures or work companies or anything that has to do with society in general. There is a sense of joy in all of this, okay, which is not a bad thing considering Capricorn is want of joy in its deepest and most inner recesses. Of the callous and Saturnian complexion of the desert rose comes the thorn of pleasure, okay? So there's something here about the act of penetration, really giving something away, and the very thing that penetrates helps you to feel elevated in some sort of way. Now, penetration can mean many things, but usually it is mostly through the gateway, the doorway of some mysterious Saturnian structure that you've been trying to find a key to the door to walk through. The doorway represents the ritualistic arch, processions, rites of passage. Okay? So in some essence, you are seeking a rite of passage by letting go of a passion or letting be a passion, letting it flow, if you will. And this person wants this. They have a connection with you. This person, place, or thing has a connection with you that is very much linked to the idea of conservation and then release, to saving up and then release, to building up and then release in some sort of way. It's not very negative, but at least on a conscious level, there needs to be some form of joy in the connection that you share. Also, there needs to be an element on your part, an element of hard work and surrender that needs to occur in order for it to work properly. Okay? What is being manifested within this is a sense of cooperation that has to do with the ideas of materialization and love through the materialized commitments that may come in this so-called reality. There's a sense that things are being offered, or there's something being tended to, and you are either the harbinger or the bringer of goodness when it comes to the situation. You shine light and you are devoted to keeping that light pure in some sort of way. There's a purification process here that has to do with the element of the 3 to the 4 of Pentacles. Also, subconsciously maybe rooted some sort of unfinished business that is being guided or handled by mystical dimensions above your own reality that are watching over this connection. Um, Vesta, as well as Artemis, Pallas Athena, anyone, maybe even the Virgin Mary, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, or Mother Teresa. These people, these are agents or archetypes that have to do with service in not a negative way, but through the very feminine nature of devotion. Okay, purest devotion. Here, Capricorn shines. There's a sense of nobility that is arising within the presence of this connection that wants to make itself known through structures and through power dynamics that can be situated within reality, within the social fabric that may constitute this connection. Okay? Also, there is a possibility that you don't really want to grow here. There's a need to vent something, to find justice in this venting, and then act within dignity and grace. Perhaps there's also an angry, more divinely feminine polarity, an anima that is being activated that needs to assert itself in a Venusian, Libraean, or possibly Taurian way. Okay, Venus is emphasized here, meaning that you want to find beauty and grace, but not at the cost or the expense of your own throne, your own standing. And because of such, you are protected. You are protected, as opposed to being bored. There's something very protective about your energies that you want to preserve in some sort of way. But for some strange reason, you're willing to make an offer. This offer gives you a sense of power, dignity, and grace of a different kind, as opposed to that of passive air, meaning that you would like to be objectified. You would like to be distantly aware of the situation, remain in dignity and grace, remain fixed and cardinally fixed on your idea of fairness, okay? But at the same time, there's something that needs to vent itself, okay? This has to do with purgation, the purification of said things or things done between you and this person that has to do with a deep commitment, okay? A deep commitment that on the conscious and subconscious level actually makes for some very interesting past connotations, past very deep past energies here. We'll look into that a bit more as we go deeper. But for now, I think you are acting within nobility and grace. This person, however, is very hesitant. They're in the mode of receiving. They are changeable, meaning that what they value may change often. There's a conditionality to what they want to offer. There is an urge to offer to you a great deal of love or friendship or some sort of fulfillment in terms of what they owe you. And I'm not sure if they owe you much. I think as you act within dignity and grace, the respect, the very essence of respect is necessary within this connection. However, hesitancy lies therein. We need to discern why. What needs to be said here in this hidden offer of love, of resources, of creative energies, of giving and receiving? Why is there hesitancy? Mercury will tell us. Changement. Okay. There's an element of free will here. Also, the very method in which this person walks the way they do is being understood, but they still have work to be done. There still has work. There still is work to be done on their side, on their behalf. There's a strong compulsion to act freely here, to act freely, but in that very compulsion, there is hesitancy. It's as if they are conjuring enough energy to make themselves attractive, to incur either your wrath or your intuition, one or the other, in order to make a move on them. Okay, that is what they expect in some sort of way. There's a great deal of expectation on their end. They want to release, they want to give some form of offering of love or confidence within your connection. But they are they're on a path, and this path, it has to do with them exploring things external, trying to find the very motivation of their own life, trying to vibrate in such a way that it becomes attractive to you in some sort of way. There also is a chance that you have been on your own isolation without this person. Because of such, both of you are exploring the axis of devotion, the axis of deep complexity, immutability that comes with Virgo and Pisces, as seen here with the High Priestess and the Hermit, Eremetia, and the High Priestess, the Hohe Priestess. Because of such, the 6th and the 12th houses become activated in the action of this expression. There is an unconditional offering here that is based on programmed conditions. There's a very deep devotion here, romantic as hell, but also very secretive, very, very secretive. And this person has a connection that they want to treat with the utmost sensitivity. They are more receptive, and they have an element of free will, but they're holding back. They're waiting for you to make that first move. That's what I see, mostly. When it comes to the soul connection that exists between you and this person, I'm seeing a lot of 12th house, 7th house. The need to find justice through the other, but also find justice through the dissolution of the self, through the romanticized, idealized ways of representing oneself within a connection. Trying to see and understand the very path that is being walked from you to the other and the other to you. There's something here about bringing light to situation, acquiring knowledge, as well as looking deeply into the abstractions of the relationship that could deal with a great number of romantic inclinations as well. Something even deeper, profound, spiritual, and trying to understand the method of this, the madness that has been lost, okay? Mercury is here also with the Hanged Man in reverse, meaning that there is a retrograded aspect about Mercury, which of course everyone tends to shy away from. But in such, we can actually pull through retrograded Mercury a great deal of insights, okay? I'm not saying that the actual overhead astrological forecast for this month is a retrograde in Mercury. No. But the cards are indicating that it may feel so. This person is concerned with their desires, I would say, and they're severely concerned with their desires, meaning that they have a tendency to burn themselves or burn others because of things that they find in isolation, insights that become their own magnifying glass, their own visions. And these are hard to justify in some sort of way because of the nature in which they control or limit their heart space, their idea of manifestation, what they are trying to create and realize to assert some sense of power. Okay, there is a strong receptive and passive quality that makes them and themselves angry at themselves for what they do or don't. Because of such, the desires that they have become explosive, or perhaps they may learn from you through this experience, at least in this lifetime, a great deal that has to do with how to let go, how to let be. In some sort of way, they can be cunning or manipulative or power hungry, but this is not their true nature. What they are searching for is actually a way out. And there is a difficulty for them to find a sense of grounding in what makes them actually comfortable. And because of so much passivity, so much reception, there is something of a jammed process in them. They require a lot more energy from you than they would like, but they do that anyway. In this case, the connection here is very strongly compelling. There is an inner need for you to nurture the connection, very strongly so, but you remain in place, and in this you are protected by yourself and also by the very grace, the aura that surrounds you. And because of such, it becomes a beautiful fire that they see, a burning bush that they can possibly feel through. And that's the lesson of Moses. Moses was challenged by Saturn, and it would not surprise me if he was of a Capricorn nature. He did live a very long age, very, very, very long, I believe 300 or 400 years. I could be wrong about that. But he was not even allowed to enter the very holy land that he was searching for. And that is the lesson of Moses. That is a lesson of limitation through Father Time, okay, through Saturnalia, through the energies of concentric rings that bind us, promises that bind us to modes of exile, modes of really doing things through mass adametia, through mass hermetitude. But I digress. Here we have the Femme en Place, the Queen of Cups in reverse. And because of such, there is a conditionality to the things that you offer as well as the things that they offer. But there also is an element of nurture within this connection. This mirror is designed to be conditional in terms of the emotional content, the waters that flood the earth here. And because of such, there is a drought within the mirror, because there's the Three of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, which are, of course, they're conservative in nature, these pentacle cycles, dealing with Venus as well as the emotional world, as well as thoughts and memories of the past. These solidifying and creating the Seven of Pentacles, which is the inheritance that was not given, say the Holy Land that was lost. There is a pariah within this, and it's not either of you, but it could be both, one or the other. Because of such, the conditionality of love makes this connection dry. There is an element of fire that can purify it, but only to show a view or a perspective that can transcend the limitations of time and space, if you so deem it. There also is a need for there to be joy, but the joy is severely limited by conservative ideologies that withhold both of you from each other's good graces. Because of such, there is an inclination here, or a feeling that you may be a sense of energy for them, a ray of light for them, a pillar of light for them in the desert of exegesis, not exegesis, but rather in the desert of wandering, in the desert of diaspora is the word, diaspora, exile, and the need to find milk and honey and sustenance within the Holy Land, or the desert that leads to the Holy Land. Because of such, your lesson here is the most worthy. And we have two major arcana here, four major arcana. These are modes of action that the moon, as well as Adametia, the hermit, as well as the high priestess. Those are secondary actions. But what you can learn from this and what they see you as learning as, in terms of the subconscious, unconscious realms within this connection, are that of justice, protection, as well as realization. Realization of balance, realization also of the elevation of the air houses, okay? So we have here the seventh house to the 11th, 7 to 11, okay? This is showing a way through the number of 9, the path to becoming a type of teacher or guru through this experience, okay? Potentially. It really depends. Also, it could be a difference between 7 and 11, which is 4. A way to constitute the energy of Cancer, your 7th house, okay? Which is very, very strongly protected, but also watched over. You want this to be something, if it is going to be a lesson through the other, you want it to be something that is restricted, okay? And you want it also, not only that, but you want Uranus to take over and take it away from you so that you don't have to deal with the burden. There also is a possibility to let that happen. And as you do so, the natural inclinations of the 4th house will take over, and there will be a sense that you will find a type of leadership. The 11 is showing strong here, 2 and 9 plus 7 and 4, 22. Okay, a master builder number, but also 11, 22, 11, and 11, 11. So you are serving as a type of platform for this person. They siphon off certain types of energy. They do so wittingly or unwittingly, in order to elicit some sort of energetic response from you, to be honest. And this has become a game that you see and you may be displeased with. So are they. They're also somewhat tired of it. From this, there can be lessons learned and perspectives can emerge, as well as ways of letting go and letting be. If there needs to be expressed some sort of inner inclination of the heart of what you desire, as well as they desire, let those desires express themselves, but do not sacrifice your grace, nor your candor, nor do not sacrifice your own human tendencies, okay, which can be very frail indeed. But as you embody the energy of Uranus against the trammels of Saturn, there is an ability for you to find levity and freedom and independence. Okay? That is what I see. Please take only what you will. And if you like, please like. I do appreciate your constant support of the channel. I am available for private readings. I could really use any energy you can send my way. It will be converted into very positive gestures towards the order of the twin sun, and towards the embetterment of humanity during the Aquarian age. I do appreciate your support, and thank you. Goodbye.